I'm 16 years old, fresh 16. And I'm sitting in my cubicle, 1996, waiting for my call list. It's my first job. I'm dialing for surveys. They don't have my dot matrix paper in front of me so that I can smile and dial. So I have to wait for them to print it out, which could take forever. And so I get antsy. I need to talk to somebody. I look to my right, and there's this older woman who doesn't look like she wants to talk to anyone. She is deep in her cubicle. So I look to my left and I look him up and down. He's about my age. Got his hair shaved down the sides. Filipino, probably. And so I say, "Hi, I'm Lily." He says, "Not Lydia, like your name tag." And I look down. Now, no, 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 no. They call me Lily. Call me Lily. And you are Mike, he says. And I say, "Not Michelangelo, like your name tag, like the artist." And I remember saying the artist because I didn't want to say like the Ninja Turtle, which was cool at the time, but I didn't want him thinking I was a little kid. So I just said like the artist, and he smiled and said, "Yes, like the artist." We talked until we got our call list, and we kept talking. Throughout the entire campaign, we were calling people to talk about dog food or something. And for about 6 weeks, we got to know each other. Like, really got to know each other. Turns out, yeah, we're not from the same part of town. He lives on the north side. I live on the west side, which in 1996 was not the west side that it is today, Humboldt Park. He goes to a Catholic school, Gordon Tech. I go to Lane Tech, and it's my school is way bigger. There's like 4,000 students. They come from all over the city, and he's a all boys school, Catholic. But it's right down. They're right down the street from each other, so we're like high school neighbors, and we connect there. We also connect on food, y'all. Oh, Mike and I love to eat. And we always go across the street to eat at this little hot dog place because, again, it's your first job. It's a 30-minute lunch break. You can't really go anywhere except somewhere walking distance and fast. And so we connect as we eat. Little by little, we start to get to know each other. I really like this guy. He's funny and he's charming, and he's got his little awkwardness to him, glasses, and makes silly jokes, and I feel like he's digging me too. I'm a little bit loud and kind of rough around the edges for him, but I think he needs it, and I totally need what he's given me. So before you know it, he asked me on a date. I mean, he'd already started driving me home, which is a first for me because I didn't want anyone to know where I live. But there he was driving me home. My mother would be sitting there, a little short Mexican black hair, curly hair woman, just waiting. And then before you know it, we're boyfriend and girlfriend. He asked me on the first date, and I say, "Sure, we're going to see higher learning." I don't remember telling him I wanted to see higher learning, but okay, let's go. It's the movie of the year, so why not? Let's go see higher learning. It's got Busta Rhymes and Ice Cube, and Filipino guys, they like Ice Cube and Busta Rhymes and all that stuff. So I say, okay, let's go. And I decide that, oh, let's go eat because I'm 16. I don't know what Filipino people eat. So I say, okay, let's have some Chinese food. And he agrees. And so we go have Chinese food. And it's like this for weeks and weeks and weeks. He gives me mixtapes with R&B songs on them. I talk to him about anime and, whatever. And then one day after work, he says, where do you want to go eat? And I say, you know what? I know a place. I feel like eating some Mexican food. I know a place. And he says, okay, let's go. It's my mom and stepfather's favorite place. And it's La Pasadita on Ashland. I tell them that there are two pasaditas. You got to go to the pasadita across the street where there is a little shack and not the restaurant because the meat is not cooked the same. And he says, okay, he had never been. We go inside the shack and we stand there in front of the counter and I start to order my food. Thank goodness there are seats because usually it's packed and there are no seats. So I sit there and I say to him, to the waiter or the grill, because there's no waiter, it's just the grill guy who does all the work. I say, gustaría un burrito de carne asada con todo menos cebolla y cilantro. And I feel him. I feel Mike head turn around and whip at me. And he says, you speak Spanish? I said, yeah. Where did you learn Spanish? He says. I say, life. What do you mean? I'm from life. And he's like, wow. I'm confused, but I'm not. And the guy behind the counter says, ¿Y para ti? And he says, a mí también gustaría un burrito de carne asada con todo. And I am shocked. Where did you learn Spanish? And he says, I'm Mexican. What? I'm Mexican. And we sit there and we look at each other and just are like, what? I thought you were Filipino. I thought you were black. And in this usual suspects, piecing the things together, we start to laugh. Oh, the first date and the gifts and the food choices. And we laugh and laugh and laugh as we eat our carne asada burritos in front of each other. We're laughing and laughing. We laugh until this day about this story. I mean, our relationship would go on to produce a child and who's 25 now and a scientist. Although we didn't stay together, we are together in raising our son. And honestly, he wasn't the first. He wasn't the first. He wouldn't be the first. And he sure isn't the last person to ever mistake me for a black woman. Not in my life. No, sir. A lot would. But he was and is one of the few that did so from a place of understanding and connection and love. And for that, I thank Mike so much, because in those moments where I just want to scream and just be like, I am who I am, I thank him for being one of those moments that I can hold on to when I want someone to be seen and heard anywhere, right? Because that's what I do. And so today, Mike's birthday, I want to say thank you, Mike, for seeing me and loving me and giving me X, giving us X. Thank you.